Bro, a lot of people gonna say I'm crazy. You know why? The NFL is garbage. I'm a big football fan. I love football, but they're taking the love for football away from me because um, Vegas, they have a big manipulation on all sports betting. Okay. Now I get, what I'm saying, some teams are favored to win, some teams are favored to lose. Okay. So this is where the manipulation comes in play. We all watch football, right? Well, majority of Americans watch football. Now, I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Of course, I'm gonna always be biased to my team. I always want to see my team win. I don't care how many times they win Super Bowl. I want to see my team win. Okay, let's go back to when Pat Mahomes first started playing. Okay, that year, that was the most controversial NFL year that I've ever watched, leading up to more controversial. Okay, so the Rams and the Saints. Okay, the Saints were favored to win. They had a better squad, even though the Rams had Todd Gurley and Aaron Donald and stuff like that. But they didn't really have a good squad like that, right? Now, the Saints were on the top of their game. I mean, they had an offense and defense, and they had fucking Drew Brees, right? All right. So they didn't want to. They didn't want to call that pass interference on Roby Nick Coleman, right? They didn't want to call that shit, right? Because the market was on the Rams, and then that referee fucking told everybody he knew what he had to do. He had to do it. He would have lost his job. Yeah, he would have lost his fucking job. If he made that call, he would have lost his job. He got a family to feed too. We all know. We all know. Now, go to the Patriots and the Chiefs game. Everybody wanted to see the Chiefs. Nobody wanted to see the fucking Patriots, right? But the money line was on the Patriots because he's the greatest of all time. They trying to get him to 7 Super Bowls, right? Now, 7 rings. All right, so now watch this. Watch it. It's supposed to be the Chiefs and the Saints. That would have been the most watched Super Bowl in history. Because you got New Orleans and you got Kansas City, right? You got Patrick Mahomes, a rising star. He just won MVP. His first year starting. Like, come on now. That tells you that the Chiefs were supposed to go all the way. Now, second year. Pat Mahomes go to the Super Bowl, but they rig it for the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl. Because if the Chiefs didn't make it to the Super Bowl for Patrick Mahomes, or with Patrick Mahomes, nobody would have watched it, right? All right. The 49ers wasn't supposed to get in the Super Bowl either. That wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be the Chiefs and the Packers. Tom Brady versus Pat Mahomes. Because they play just alike. They play so similar. Come on, who wouldn't have wanted to see that? Come on now. So, but, check this out. The NFL has to put some kind of controversy in there, right? Kind of throw everything off. So they can save money, right? It would have been a shootout. Probably 54-49 or some shit. Who knows? But they didn't want it. Okay? They'd rather put the 49ers in with that great defense they had. Right? Now, everything was rigged. When the Chiefs played the Titans, that was rigged. They could have tackled Mahomes. They did that so Mahomes could get the touchdown. And the Texans, how did we come back? The Texans obviously wasn't a bad team. They've already beaten us earlier that year. The Texans is a good team. with Deshaun Watson. That was a good squad. They were leading. They were up. It was tearing us out the frame. But the NFL has to make it interesting. If you notice, every time a bad play or a pick, Pat Mahomes faking like he mad. Then he starts smiling after. Yeah, I know. Because he played his part. Just like in the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. Tell me how the fuck you go from being an all-star quarterback to a trash motherfucker. And not even, I wouldn't even say he played trash. He played excellent. All his receivers dropped the ball on purpose. Let the ball bounce out of their hands and stuff like that, you know? So, everybody in the NFL is good. Nobody's trash in the NFL because if you were trash, you wouldn't have gotten drafted out of college. They're not going to pay a trash person millions of dollars to be trash. That's not going to happen. Millions of dollars. If that was the case, so many more people would get drafted out of college and be in the NFL. So that's why I said what I said. They're manipulating the sport. They're manipulating the fun out of the game because it's boring now. Like, let's say, for instance, everybody knew the Bengals was going to win yesterday. Everybody knew because, think about it, the storyline. Joe Burrow versus Pat Mahomes, right? Joe Burrow has already won twice against Pat Mahomes. They wanted to make it seem like he the Chiefs killer, or he's the king of the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Just like Aaron Rodgers over the Bears. They're trying to find some team to be that. But the thing is, they want to make us lose because we're going to win in the AFC Championship against the Cincinnati Bengals. We will play again. I'm telling you, we will play again in the AFC Championship. It won't be the Buffalo Bills and whatever. It's going to be the Chiefs versus the Cincinnati Bengals because they're going to sell more. That's when you see that matchup, they match up good as hell. That's a perfect matchup. They're two really good teams. I'm an LSU man. Ja'Marr Chase, bro, and Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. I love Ja'Marr Chase. Not when I'm playing against him. Not when my team is going against him because I want my team to win. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is they cheated. They didn't cheat, but the game itself, they rehearsed on Saturday. You know how they show them flying in the same? No, they've already came in. They've already flew in. The day before, they rehearsed this shit because they know each other game plan. They scrimmaged this. They practiced it. Why you think in the Super Bowl, on an AFC Championship, right? Why you think Tyreek Hill threw that ball down? He normally catches those. Just like in Super Bowl 54. He caught that wasp play, jet wasp. He caught that shit. But he couldn't catch. He couldn't catch that one. It was in his hand. Pat Mahomes threw it in his hand. But Tyreek Hill decided, no, it's not part of the plan. It's not what we rehearsed. Why you think he left and went to the Dolphins? It's not the Dolphins' time to win either. Why you think they lost to the 49ers yesterday? Sunday. Because it's not in. The Dolphins should have won that game. And don't get me started on the Saints. The Saints had that game against the Buccaneers Monday night. They settled for a field goal. They could easily win for it and went for a touchdown. So if you went for a touchdown, Tom Brady wouldn't have never came back. Never. The Saints were playing outstanding. I mean, I'm just looking at the game like, NFL. No, when you see shit like that, Vegas tells them if to score or not because you got fantasy, you got NFL betting, you got all these different things that do different ways to steal money from the public. They're stealing money, bro. They're stealing. So I encourage everybody to delete their betting apps. Don't even participate in it. You know what I'm saying? Don't even participate in betting. Because all you're doing is giving ammunition to people in Vegas. They're winning. They're winning so much, bro. It sucks because when they win, it's like they have no remorse about how they won. They don't give a fuck. They're billions of dollars richer. Billions. Why you think the Giants and the Jets got a pretty good winning records this year? Because New York just legalized gambling. New York just legalized gambling last year, I think. Yeah, they just legalized gambling. That's why. Uh, uh, uh. Long story short, guys. Vegas needs to get shut down. The whole city needs to get blocked off. The whole city needs to just burn. All the casinos shouldn't exist anymore. I would ban casinos in the U.S. I would ban casinos everywhere. I'm against casinos. I'm against gambling bets. Yes, because I'm a victim of losing money. Uh, you can follow stats all the time, but stats don't matter. It's all about who they want to win. Because nobody's gonna blind bet. Nobody's gonna just say, "Oh, I'm a bet $100 on you." No. Okay, so the Chiefs average this amount of yards a game. The Chiefs are running this ball this amount of time in the game. So why, if the run is working, why keep passing? Why would you keep passing the ball if you know that they're covering well? That you can't pass it because it will get picked up, or you're gonna get sacked because you're holding the ball. But you're doing this shit on purpose. You're not doing the smart play call. You're doing the play call that you're paid to do. The play call is paid on. You know what I'm saying? It's paid on. They have already told Andy Reid, "Hey, we're gonna do 3-4 package. That's 3 rushers, and you putting all your shit, all your people in coverage, right? You run on that shit. That's the play call. And they're gonna tell Andy Reid, make sure you passing plays only, no rushing plays, limit your rushing plays, because Andy Reid would have lost his job. He would have got fired. Why you think most of these coaches don't get fired because they trash? There's no trash coach in the NFL. I'm telling you now. Because if they were trash, they wouldn't be in the NFL. Come on now. Nobody gets into the NFL and be trash. There's just no such thing. You're professional. You know, so that's your bread and butter. You're gonna do your best. But once you get off script, they don't like that because you're off script. You're not supposed to catch that. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed. Why you think referees are there? They there to monitor that you're on script. Why you think so many holding calls? If a nice little run play that wasn't supposed to happen, they're gonna call that shit back. They're gonna call that shit back. They're gonna call that shit back, bro. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? As long as I know, they know. That's it for today. I'm gonna keep uploading. I'm gonna create a channel, and I want everybody to subscribe. NFL is rigged. Vegas is bullshit. Vegas is a bitch, bro. Fuck Vegas. Fuck them. Fuck them.